Hey everybody, welcome to B-Rad Garage. Got another driveway DIY for y'all. I'm already sweating just from getting my umbrella and stuff up, but anyway, long story short, we're on a 2003 Jeep Wrangler today. It's a TJ. I've got 4 Rancho shocks to put on. I don't even really know if the shocks are shot on this one, but they're 20 years old. They're the stock shocks that came on it in 03. So we're gonna go through, try to do the more difficult of the two on front and back, and show y'all how to get this done. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what we can get into. All right, a big part of me was like, clean the whole thing off, you know, don't let them see how nasty your work area is. No, we're honest over here at B-Rad Garage. I am messy as I'll get out. I'm trying, y'all. I want to be more organized, but I'm not. So anyway, I got a 4-pack on Amazon. This is part number RS55240, I believe is the rear shock. And then RS55128 is the front shock, I think. So let's pop it open and see what it looks like. If it's one with all the hardware, yeah, it's the front. Oh, okay. Disassembled a little, that's okay. So we got shock. Huh, guess they're plain white now. Seem to remember when I was a young spry. Oh, guess they have a sticker now. I seem to remember them being printed in, or maybe they were stickered, I don't know. Okay, so that's probably the top nut. 2 of these metal washers, 2 big rubber isolators or whatnot. Oh, sweet. These are probably those bottom 2 bolts, so we don't have to reuse old hardware. I guess this boot is gonna come over here, and then I'm assuming the zip tie will tighten down. Yes. So before we get out there and mess with it, these that have this on here, I've had shocks where if you cut this loose, this sucker just shoots out and you cannot get it back together. You have to like almost use like a press or something to get it back together. And I've had some where they're just kind of shipped that way and held that way, and you can force them down. Oh, that one's pretty stout, but I can force it. Are you moving? Pretty slow. I guess that's what you want, though. I'm not an expert on why shocks do and don't work, but it does look like we'll be able to press this one down, line everything up, and then we won't have to cut this, because some of you cut and it just takes off. While we're here, let's take a quick look at the back shock. I think it's just a 1-piece unit. Yeah. So this is hard plastic. This is rubber in the front. This one may be deceptively difficult. I don't know. It only has these 2 forks, and it's way, like, I tried to lay under the Jeep and look, and it is like super hidden under there. So that might be interesting. But anyway, let's get this one out there, and let's start trying to get it installed. All right, y'all, back to the messy bench for parts needed. So this is what I used and needed to get this done. I think the most important thing is a rust releasing penetrant type spray. If you have the WD-40, it's great. But anyway, any kind of penetrating oil. So you don't want to be working on like some of these bolts and stuff that can be hidden and break and whatnot. I needed 2, I believe these are 4-inch extensions. No, way off. I needed 2 6-inch extensions for a 3/8 drive, where I used a 15 and a 13 millimeter depending on the application. I used a 13 and a 15 millimeter wrench quite often. I did need the 18-inch for the backup of the bottom bolts on the front shock, and I needed a tiny 6 to hold the very top of that bolt that's on the top of the shock. I used a tiny pry bar to get my shocks out. You might could get away without that, or maybe even a decent sized screwdriver, just kind of see what you've got. Wire brush was super helpful. And I did have to break out a 1/2-inch drive with a 15 on it to get those bottom bolts going. Now I think you probably could get them off. And you know, if y'all got power tools, you're gonna zang them off, you know, hey, that's more power to you, man. I got no problem with that. I just get nervous working on stuff that might be too rusted and can break off, because we all know, you know, a broken bolt makes everything 10 times worse. But anyway, yeah, this couple of extensions, 3/8, a 13, a 15 for sure. and maybe up to an 18 for backup. So if you have a metric set of wrenches, you should be good, and kind of a standard set of metric sockets, you should be good there as well. So all in all, not too bad on the tool list, I don't think. But I would highly recommend spraying those bad boys down, especially if you got old stockers or if you're in the rust belt or something, for at least a day or so before. All right, y'all, front driver's side, which I assume is going to be tough. Had to jack it up on the diff, and I have a jack stand under the axle. This is a front axle because it's four-wheel drive, so nice and sturdy. And also in the back corner over there, passenger rear, I have a wheel chock. Anytime you get your car up in the air, or truck or whatever, make sure it's supported with as many points to the ground as possible. You do not want this thing letting go and laying down on you in any part of you. So anyway, there's two hidden nuts underneath there, so we're gonna be doing some blind work, which I don't love, but that's the way it is. We'll probably have to put a wrench on top and a socket on the bottom. That's a 13 millimeter or a 1/2 inch. Now up here at the top is also kind of sort of making me nervous, because this looks like a 15 millimeter nut. However, if that shaft decides to spin for any reason, like because it's rusty or whatever, it may be tough to get that sucker off. So again, these have been in there 20 years. They're the stock ones, still have the Chrysler logo on them on the back side here. I don't know if we can get to it. Maybe, I don't know. We can check here in a second. But yeah, let's start with those bottom ones. Now I have sprayed these rascals down with I just happen to have the WD-40 rust releasing like laying around. I didn't have much of it, but I'm using it, and it looks like these might need it. You might not need that if they're maybe in good shape and you're just upgrading, but I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to soak it down the night before. That's what I did here. So let's see here. The basic idea here is, I'm gonna be careful of that brake line. We're gonna get our wrench on the top, and then just, socket on the bottom. I do have an extension on this so I can get down lower. See if it'll just break loose without backup. Oh, it did. Awesome. Wow. Okay. I'll just attribute that to the spray, because again, these have been on here forever. Okay, awesome. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with me spinning a wrench, so I'm gonna get these basically undone, loose, and then we'll see what to do about this top one, which I don't want it to be bad, but I'm worried it's gonna be, y'all. All right, y'all. Fingers, oh dang it. My light's running out of battery. Well, let's see if this sucker will start before we switch batteries. Oh, you're gonna spin, aren't you? Oh, dang it. Okay, so this whole shaft is spinning, so I might have to see what this little guy is. That might be a way for us to put a backup. I also put more lube on it, more penetrating oil, and also tried to scrape it with a wire brush, because I see some rust up there. This might be the odd part of the, you know, can you drop down there with a socket? That might be kind of cool. There's a hole right there. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Stop. All right, let me get this light situation taken care of. We'll see what we can figure out here. Taken care of. Jeez, I can't talk. Okay, it's actually pretty cool. So if I look under here, there's a hole right here in the fender, at least on these Wranglers, and then straight down there is access to the top of that nut. Now, I can reach down there with these 4-inch extensions. The problem is what we noticed with our wrench, right? I'm doing this, but the whole shaft inside there spinning. So I guess it's too rusty on the threads to let go. It's weird that it's spinning though. You'd think it wouldn't, but again, it's 20 years old. Maybe it just broke out. So I'm gonna plan, or kind of try to make a plan for doing this a different way underneath, and then we'll try to show you all that as well. Okay, y'all, found out that the top of the shock bolt has a flat part on it and a 6 millimeter will fit there. Oh, what? Are you coming loose right now? It is. Holy smokes, it is. Okay, all right. Oh, really? Come on. Trying to keep my hands out of the way to show y'all. But again, kind of like I used the backup up here. See how this, it's actually flat on two sides and that fits right there. So let's see if it'll break loose. Are you tightening it, Brad? Because you've done that before. You give me half a chance, y'all, and I'll turn the bolt around the wrong way. Okay, I think this is gonna work. It's kind of tight up here. Yeah, it's pretty rusty. So what I'm probably gonna have to do more WD-40, try to wipe on it or scrape on it with a wire brush. If you get ones like this, if you can go up a thread or two, go back down, put more stuff on them, scrape them, go back up. Hopefully you get another thread, and then up and down until you hopefully get to the top. Now, if it's not loose by the time I get up here to where it comes off, I don't know what we're gonna do. We might have to like grab it with vice grips or something. I don't know. Let me work on this a little bit and we'll get back to y'all. All right, y'all. Sorry I didn't get the climactic win at the end, but it was up to here and you'd run out of space, and I'd back it down, more penetrating oil, scrape it down with a wire brush. I did that probably 10 or 12 times. I don't know if y'all are gonna have to fight like this, and I don't know why this spins. I'm assuming it's not supposed to, but I don't know. Oh man, but I'm glad it's out of there. So it'd be really cool if you just put a socket from the top, and I don't know, you might get lucky if you got like a little impact, like a little 1/4 inch impact or something. It's not gonna just destroy it. It might give it enough back and forth, you know, to get loose. I don't know. But we got her loose. So next step is gonna be to take it out. All right, y'all. So next step's gonna be to get these out. I've got this little pry bar, just a little Harbor Freight pry bar. I don't know if I'm even gonna find a place to get into, or can I just go like right here? I'm also kind of wondering like how much is left in them. Oh, they still got some to them. That's good. Maybe backwards. Oh, okay. Yeah, backwards pry bar. Looks like it's gonna lift them right out, and it does look like they're giving up fairly easily. But there's still some rebound in them. Oh, my bad. Bumped y'all. Man, this brake line makes me nervous, y'all. If we do this, get us a spacer. Won't fit. Dang it. All right. I can't. They're strong enough. I can't hold them up, at least with my left hand. Can I just press? Looks like it's recessed. Yup. There we go. Okay. All right. Go this way. Come on. Huh? Come on. Why are you like this? Oh. Okay. Well, still got some rebound to it. See, this is the old Chrysler shock, which is kind of cool. If it even lasted. There's probably something. Yeah. Okay. There's like a bushing or something, and then a metal cup type washer over here. So okay, all right, so we got that out. So now let's work on getting the new one in. Progress, y'all. All right, y'all, let's see if we can press this down. Yeah, okay, and then I guess we'll install this boot cover. Pretty cool that they're still US made. Okay. Looks like that kind of has like a little lip on it. Oh yeah. Kind of goes in between two pieces. Come on. There we go. All right, that's on there. Okay. I think I might, do I want to try to reset it? Oh, should have done that first. Getting tired. I'm not thinking like I should probably. All right, get that on there. I think I'm gonna wait for the zip tie. Oh yeah, look at that. It's just gonna not be down where it needs to. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna put that on like it needs to go on, and then we'll get underneath there. All right, y'all. I know I turned y'all around, but I think that's gonna be the only way I can get y'all to be able to see both sides here. So the plan, I've got middle on here. I'm gonna put this smaller side here. Looks like this is a bigger hole up here. Down on here. Plan is gonna be to go up here. Well, no. I was gonna try to go up there and press, but I don't want to mess up the threads. No. What about here? Maybe just here and down. Oh man. Oh, this is actually kind of tight. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, it's kind of a good thing, but okay. Pull that down there. I'm not sure where to put, like at what point to put the zip tie. Let's see if I can compress this. Okay. Now we rush. Nope. Not fast enough. Now you see why they put those. Oh, dang it. Why they put those straps on there. Should be able to put the strap on it and then cut it to release it. But oh, come on, baby. Okay, let's wait here for a second. That's not what the threads. Okay, let that go in there. Don't love that. It didn't like seat in this hole kind of like I wanted it to. Kind of. I might have my tail in a crack, y'all. Okay. No. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's not locating perfectly in there. Should I have put the smaller hole? Maybe I should have, y'all. Like I always tell y'all, we tell the truth and we're honest here. On B-Rad Garage. If we screw up, we screw up. Oh, sorry, y'all. Maybe we turn this big end over and have the small end go through there. Down, 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 down. Ready to go. Oh, wow, what is that? Helicopter? Okay, I like that better. Yeah, and I can feel and hear it fit inside there. Awesome. I don't know. Where are you supposed to go? Are you supposed to just go around the bottom? Eh. Wait, are you caught on something? Is the rubber boot gonna be what gets me, y'all? Like, cause it is all wonky back here. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't know where to put this thing. Above the name, maybe? Like at the top? I have no idea. Oh my gosh, don't do that again. Maybe cover up the name. That'll be my measuring stick, covering up the name. I don't know how I feel about this zip tie situation. I don't know if I'm impressed by like using the stuff that cats like us use all the time, or if it's kind of like a quality thing and I'm like, Now granted, these are roughly $60 or so a shock, so they're not not way high on the price point. I can't even operate a zip tie, y'all. How long is this clip? Goodness gracious. All right, so we just flipped the script there and did our washers the same way. I don't think I want to go just ham bone on this, but I want it tight for sure. Come on. If y'all don't have these ratcheting wrenches, I totally get it, but they're getting a little more affordable. Harbor Freight, Lowe's on sale and stuff. Sometimes they really do come in handy. I don't think they replace standard wrenches because there's some places they don't work good, but I like them. Let's just do, oh goodness, that's not good. Back it off a half turn. Okay. Now see this one underneath here, you could put a thin wrench or something through here to try and hold it as a backup if this bolt got messed up, but that was not an option on the stockers. All right, not too much to report down here either. We're just gonna, well, get in there. These are flange bolts, have a nice broad flange head and a flange nut on the bottom. Man, the paint's already kind of chipping off and stuff. Oh wow, this one is awkward. Oh, I'm in y'all's way, sorry. Come on, get in there. There we go. All right. Wait, where are you? Goodness gracious. This one here, y'all, is a booger bear. What my mom used to say when something was difficult or hard or whatnot. So we're gonna get our 1/2 inch, our 13s back out, tighten those down, and then we'll get back to y'all. So how do you know if your shocks are going bad? You may be asking. So there's some things, like if it's just like compressed, you know, lays down, it feels really bad over bumps. Like you feel like you're just falling into the hole. Some vehicles get what they call death wobble, where they shake. I'm sure there's manufacturer's recommendations. I'm sure there's some science. However, the old timers always told us that if you jumped up and down on the bumper, remember they drove big old cars and trucks and stuff. If you jumped up and down on the bumper, it shouldn't like kind of come back. It should just kind of come back and settle. So what can y'all see? I don't know if y'all can see everything. Let's back y'all up real time. So, you know, because we're scientists on this channel, absolutely not. There are shocks on the front, new shocks, and the old stock shocks are on the back. So I'm gonna jump on the back, maybe do like 3 hops or something, see how long it takes to come back, and then do that with the front. Okay, you know, kind of rebounded, kind of bounced. Okay. Scientific wise, it was harder to jump up and down on that one. It was harder for me to compress it. I feel like it did. This one still bounced back, which really is kind of impressive, honestly. Maybe because this vehicle's so light. But anyway, just thought y'all might want some science on the B-Rad Garage channel. It's not science. It's definitely not science. But anyway, it could maybe help you. You don't need any tools or anything like that if you're just trying it at your apartment or your friend's house or whatever. So anyway, we got the fronts done. Now I guess we'll move on to the back, and it looks tight in there. All right, y'all, here we are out back. Got my jack under the rear diff, got a wheel chock on the other side, got Craftsman jack stands kind of holding everything up. So this nut and bolt down here, hopefully kind of normal. What I'm worried about is up here. Can y'all see? Probably can't. Barely through there in that little loop is the top of the bolt that has come from under There's 2 of them. Now, they look a little rusty, look a little crusty. I'm really hoping those nuts are encapsulated or whatnot, like held in there, because I don't see any way I can get a backup on them. So we're gonna try that first, y'all. Sorry about the crazy angle, y'all, but this is 2 extensions into a ratchet. Barely fits up in there. I don't see any way I can film where y'all can see and where I don't run a very distinct risk of dropping anything, the ratchet, everything on my camera or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get these loose and let y'all know what happens. All right, y'all, success. I did get it out with my double extensions, 13 millimeter. I did use this 3/8 wrench, one, because I wanted to see if you could do it with kind of a regular set of tools and maybe not 1/2 inch and stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I test fit my 1/2 inch and it was really tight in there. And also I was worried about breaking those bolts. So it looks like these are fine thread bolts, which is awesome, probably why they came loose. Got some kind of flatness right here. I don't love, oh, I don't know if it's focused. I don't love that right there, but that's gonna be at the tail end of it. Got all this thread, and the new stuff does not come with new hardware. So I'm gonna take these, wire brush them, WD-40 them, clean these up really as best as I can. Luckily, it seems like those encapsulated nuts that are kind of hidden up in here, luckily it seems like they held. So now we're gonna try to move this big boy. The bolt side is a 16 mil and the nut side is an 18. So getting kind of up there in sizes. But anyway, let's go ahead and get that one taken off and we'll move forward. All right, y'all, I definitely tried. Had my 3/8, I was getting after it for all I was worth. Another thing to mention, I don't love where this placement is. You don't want to be on the ground pressing, because then you got your caliper and stuff, or rotor, I'm sorry, rotor and stuff right above you, and you definitely don't want to be underneath or something like that. So I think we're going to upgrade to the 1/2 inch. This is an awesome articulating head that my brother-in-law got me many years ago, and when you got to bust this thing out, you're really glad you have it. So we're going to try to see if this will move at all. I don't really want to put an impact or anything on it if I can help it. I may soak it down and wait a little while, but let's see what we come up with. I think the first thing I'm going to do before I even mess with the backup, I might have misspoke here. This is a 15 on here too, 15 millimeter. We're going to see if it'll even like try to turn. Let's get it. Oof. It doesn't. I don't love the way that feels. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Turned. Oh man, that's awesome. Okay. Hold on. Okay, now I need my backup. 18 backup. Make sure we're gonna work here. Well, yes. Now I would not normally hold this like this. I'm just trying to get where y'all can see what's happening. But we did do it with hand tools. I gotta say though, I don't know if I could have got this without old Big Joe. I'm gonna go ahead and zing-zang this off. Again, no reason to make y'all sit through that. I'm gonna knock that off and then we'll put that new one in. Again, y'all, I'm sorry I don't have a lift or a way to really get below there and show y'all, but I'm hoping this doesn't need to be compressed too much. Try to stay away from this caliper like I was telling y'all. Oh wow, it's got to go up a bunch. Okay, y'all, I think the strategy is going to be to loosely start one bolt so I can kind of slide this fork across it and then have something there, and then try to press up from the bottom and compress this to run that bolt through. But we'll see how that goes. I might have to move y'all. Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right, y'all. That took way longer than I'd like to admit. Probably 15-20 minutes of me being under there trying to start each one of those with my socket. But just take your time. Make sure you've got enough extension on the sockets to get away from the shock. Looks like this plastic might rub. It definitely sticks out further. Caused a little bit of an issue. But anyway, let's see if we can't slide this puppy. Okay, I tested it by pressing against the ground, and it wasn't the worst thing ever. However, pressing down against the ground and pressing up in the air are two different things. Now, if you had a little jack or something, bottle jack or something you wanted to use, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, not as young as I used to be. Losing a step. Come on. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, whew. Now, as always, y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all that's the right or best way to do that. That's just what I did here. Like I say, if you wanted to get it where you kind of measured it and then you held it with some bungee cord, like wire or something that would hold it, you could cut loose, bungee cord. I keep saying bungee cord. Zip tie or something that would hold it, depending on how much force is in. Remember, these are basically stock replacement. So these are not some big crazy, Fox triple adjustable, jump up and down, fly off the top of the roof shocks. These are just regular daily driver shocks. Okay. All right, so tighten this one, tighten these two. I did not tighten these up here. I wanted it to kind of be able to get itself in position. So I'm gonna tighten these up, and this is the two worst ones, I think. The front driver and the rear driver. Gas tank, gas cap and everything, and then steering box and the pumpkin. The diff is over on this side, on the driver's side. But anyway, yeah, I think that's the doing on these. We'll kind of get this buttoned up and start cleaning up, I guess. Appreciate y'all. Well, y'all, we got it done. I think this is a doable project. Kind of some standard tools, at least for this truck, is kind of all you needed. I didn't have to remove anything crazy to get the shocks off, which is awesome. So I think this is something you can do. Just kind of plan your work and work your plan, like my old man used to say. Do your research, kind of see what your specific vehicle might need. And I cannot overstate how helpful the penetrating oil or rust release type spray was. Helped a ton. I just know that by looking at these bolts. So anyway, y'all are awesome. Really appreciate y'all. The likes, comments, and subscribes do so much for my little channel. Y'all are awesome. That's all I can say. Y'all keep on keeping on and make it be rad, everybody.